Are you an owner and maybe you have extra weeks left over? You're looking for some ways to rent them? Well, I'm going to talk about 4 ways to spot timeshare rental scams. Coming right up. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. Before we jump into 4 ways to spot timeshare rental scams, I want to let you know on this channel, I like to provide my knowledge, tips, and advice to help you get the most from your timeshare ownership. And I also do timeshare news, timeshare tips, and also timeshare commentary as well. So if that's the kind of stuff you want to see, be sure to subscribe down below, hit that notification bell also, and you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. So let's jump into this. We're going to talk about common ways to spot timeshare rental scams. So this is if you're an owner that maybe you have extra weeks, maybe you don't even, and people are contacting you to try and get you to rent out your weeks. These are common ways to spot scams. And the first one is somebody cold calls you. This is very similar also to how to spot timeshare resale scams. I did a video on that last year. If you want to see that one, click on the link right up here and it'll take you to it. But finish watching this one first. But yeah, if somebody cold calls you, meaning you don't have weeks advertised anywhere, and somebody just calls you and says, hey, I can help rent out your weeks, that is a surefire way to know it's a scam. First off, how did they know you own timeshare? Your name could have been leaked from somewhere. They could be looking through online public records to find out you own timeshare. But no doubt, if somebody calls you, cold calls you, that's surefire. It's a scam. Simply hang up and don't take those calls anymore from that number. Block it if you can. The second one here is somebody asks you to pay an upfront listing fee. Now we're talking a significant listing fee. Maybe they say, hey, for 4 weeks that we can rent for you, we need you to put up $1,500. We're going to be able to rent them all for $3,000 each. So you're thinking, hey, I have 4 weeks, $3,000 a piece. That's $12,000, and they're only going to take $1,500 that I have to pay up front. That's a great deal because I can make a lot of money on that. Well, what's going to happen here is they're going to get your $1,500 and then they're gone. Bye-bye. You're not going to hear from them again. You're going to try calling them, emailing them, texting them if you can. You're not going to hear back because they're long gone. Your money is even long gone, that $1,500 you paid, whatever the amount is. They have no incentive to try and rent your weeks because their goal was not to rent weeks for you. Their goal was to get that upfront payment. So anytime somebody is asking for an upfront fee, surefire way, it's pretty much a scam. The next one here, somebody's calling you and saying, hey, we know you have bonus weeks, getaway weeks that you haven't used yet and you can rent them. Maybe it's even interval accommodation certificates. They don't really know that you have any, but they know that when they're calling a timeshare owner, there's a good chance that they're enrolled in either RCI or Interval International, and they have what are called getaways. And they're trying to tell you you can book your getaways and then rent them out through them, which is in fact actually against the rules, the terms and conditions that you agree to when you sign up for RCI or Interval International. So anytime that somebody is saying, hey, we know you have some getaway weeks that you haven't used, it's probably also going to require you to pay an upfront fee. And it even goes back to, they likely cold called you about it. So that is actually all 3 of these things all in one. Definitely a scam. The next one here is, and it's the last one, number 4, that just happens to be, they are from RCI or Interval International, or they're associated with RCI or II, and they want to help you rent out some weeks that you maybe own, or those getaways or extra vacations, those accommodation certificates, whatever it might be. But anybody who is saying they're affiliated with or they're from any of those companies, they try to use those companies' names as brand recognition, try and get you to trust them to likely pay an upfront fee. So Interval International or RCI, they're not going to be calling you, trying to call you, have representatives calling you, trying to get you to rent out getaways, accommodation certificates, extra vacations. They just don't do that. They have their own methods to rent those out and keep all the profit to themselves. The scammers are trying to just use the names because they know you'll recognize that name and there's some trust there. and they're hoping they can extract some money from you. So there you have it. Just 4 of the ways you can for sure spot a timeshare rental scam. Have you fallen victim to any of these? Have you gotten any of these calls, cold calls, heard any of these stories? Or are there any others that you have heard? Let me know all about it down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help out this video. Maybe it'll even help get it out to more people to warn them about timeshare rental scams. And if you want to see more videos all about timeshare, check out the description box below. And for another video about some timeshare tips, check out this one right up here and YouTube. They think you'll like that one down there. Be sure to subscribe. You can do so by clicking on my picture right here. Hit that notification bell. And until next time, let's make your next destination a timeshare.